The Republican Party that solidly controls the state of Florida has been quietly working behind the scenes, hoping nobody notices over the last few weeks since the midterms, to undo Governor Ron DeSantis' big attack against Disney, which, as we all know, earlier this year, he announced that they were getting rid of the Reedy Creek Charter, which allows the Disney Corporation on, hundreds of acres in Central Florida to basically operate their own government, pay their own taxes. They pay for the roads, the bridges, the police department, the fire department. They pay for all of it, but they kind of get, free reign over what they can do in their area. And it's worked out actually fairly well for the state of Florida for 60 years. But Ron DeSantis got angry that that Disney criticized his Don't Say Gay bill. So he said, I'm going to punish you. I'm so mad I'm going to punish you. We're getting rid of the Reedy Creek Charter, and Republicans proposed and passed that legislation. Ha ha, we stuck it to you, Disney. And then the media stopped paying attention, and now Republicans are like, oh crap, this thing goes into effect soon. How can we reverse it? Because they don't want it to happen. Because they understand what happens when this thing goes into effect, which I believe is supposed to be sometime next year. Not exactly sure when, but it is sometime next year. So what happens at that point is that immediately the state owes a massive debt. So that comes out of state taxpayer revenue. So the state upfront loses a ton of money and taxpayers get screwed. In order to recoup those costs, property taxes for those areas down in Florida would go through the roof. So the bill would be extended to the taxpayers down there in Central Florida, which is something the Republicans have finally realized. And they're like, oh crap, these people are going to be pretty pissed when they get their tax bill and realize we did this to them, so we have to stop it. Furthermore, as I pointed out at the time, getting rid of the Reedy Creek Charter doesn't punish Disney at all. It actually saves them money. Because then instead of them having to pay for all of the services, the city has to. But what about their special favors they get, Farron? See, there's where you get me, right? Oh no, they lose their special favors. No, they don't. They would save hundreds of millions of dollars each year if the charter is dissolved. And so what they would then do, and I'm shocked I even had to explain this to anybody at the time, they would parlay that money, actually only a tiny fraction of it, into buying up local governments, right? Because it's a lot easier to buy a city council member, put $10,000 into their campaign, than to buy a state lawmaker or a federal lawmaker where you got to dump $1 million into it. So they could pay off the local politicians, still get their favors, and by pay off, I mean legally donate to their campaigns, but it's legalized bribery. They'll still get whatever they want. Nobody would dare go against them because they'll just give $50,000 to your opponent and they'll win. So Disney still gets everything and they save a ton of money. Republicans didn't think that through. The taxpayers get screwed. Republicans didn't think that through. And now, hoping nobody notices that they're undoing DeSantis' well-publicized attack on Disney, they're trying to undo all of it, hoping again that nobody's paying attention. Well, guess what? We're paying attention now, and we know that Ron DeSantis is a blowhard who's full of it, who doesn't think about a single thing before he acts. And one of his biggest owning the libs moment is being overturned by his own party, because that's how stupid it was. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.